The Law & Order franchise currently airs 3 series back-to-back on Thursday nights, but there's an argument to be made that Law & Order, Organized Crime should be moved exclusively to Peacock or another streaming service. The Christopher Meloni-led series is a spin-off of Law & Order, SVU, in which Elliot Stabler works with a special task force focused on taking down mob bosses, gang leaders, and other criminal organizations. The series is excellent, but has been in trouble almost since it began. Unfortunately, Law & Order, Organized Crime's future is in doubt. NBC renewed the other Law & Order series without making a decision about organized crime. This is the second time the series has been on the bubble. In 2023, Law & Order, Organized Crime was only given a half order for Season 4 and would have been a mid-season replacement if the writers' and actors' strikes hadn't delayed the start of most scripted TV series. Law & Order, Organized Crime casting Dean Norris as Stabler's brother was likely an attempt to raise ratings. Still, moving the series to streaming only is a better solution. Law & Order, Organized Crime's long stories would work better on Peacock. Being able to watch an entire season at once would reduce frustration. Unlike the other 2 series in the Law & Order franchise, Law & Order, Organized Crime stories rarely wrap up in 1 or 2 episodes, and some arcs have taken as many as 8 episodes to resolve. This is realistic given the nature of the crimes in the series but can be frustrating for audiences used to moving quickly on to the next case. Stories that last a month or more can feel like they are dragging on, causing viewers to give up on them. These cases also often involve a large number of characters, which can be confusing. Moving Law & Order, Organized Crime to Peacock would solve these problems. If the series were converted to streaming only, NBC could offer an entire season's worth of episodes at once. This would allow viewers who dislike the slow pace of the stories to binge-watch an entire arc at once, reducing their frustration. For binge-watchers, stories and characters would remain fresh in their minds, making Law & Order, Organized Crime easier to follow. Those who prefer the slow burn could choose to watch at a slower pace, making both segments of the audience happy. Law & Order, Organized Crime stories take multiple episodes to resolve. Moving to streaming preserves this storytelling approach rather than changing the series' focus. Elliot and Ayanna talking on the phone and looking at something in Law & Order, Organized Crime. Law & Order, Organized Crime experimented with shorter stories during Seasons 2 and 3, but it was difficult to preserve the series' realism while offering self-contained stories. To do it effectively, the writers had to give Stabler and Bell mini-quests to solve while still having an overarching storyline involving the big fish they were hoping to catch. This compromise didn't solve the problem of retaining audience attention because the big story still took forever to resolve.